Sounds like a plan. And I'm going to have to do a screen share here in a second. And there we go. I have to get my screen up here because, yeah. And I'm going to be sharing my end on the broadcast, which is a little bit of a nuisance, but it's pretty much unavoidable in terms of the broadcast format. Now I'm going to have to broadcast mine to everyone, and or at least to the audience. As for you, you just stay on your own screen, obviously, and let me do the crap on that. In any case, welcome to 12th Tribe RPG. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, watching that is, because all the players have been playing. Granted, even they need a refresher to some degree because we ended up going on hiatus for a little bit of a while. What has happened thus far is that over the long course of their history, the E2 race, which are descendants of the 12th tribe of humanity that left Earth in a massive evacuation after, well, a little bit of a mistake, we'll say, with serving calamari to an alien life form that just happened to have, well, we'll just say fetuses that look an awful lot like young squid. So, yeah, they ended up being declared too dangerous. A number of ships were sent off to evacuate Earth. The 12th tribe, or ship, I should say, crash-landed on a planet. The majority of the characters that are playing this campaign were there in the far future and got to see what the future outcome of their race is going to be. They got to see this planet be destroyed, and they ended up relocating and then screwing up yet another world. They've been offered an opportunity to go back through time to try and fix the problems with their race. But instead of going back to where they all started in about 30,000 years in the future from where they currently are, they ended up right back at the time when the actual ship initially crash-landed on the planet. This planet is circling around, I should say moon technically, is circling around a gas giant, which seems to be peering down in the general direction of the planet. The moon is tidally locked, and right now is nothing but a giant snowball that is pretty well uninhabitable, which leaves a lot of questions in the air, like how was it that this planet was eventually terraformed? What is going to be the fate of their people, and what changes will they be able to make not only to future timelines, but as well as the current? Shortly after being struck by a rather large dark meteor, they crash-landed. And the black rock stone that landed not too far from the crash site did what it usually does on entry and summoned the Druge. A number of people that were from the past and future, I should say, technically, of the Ito are among the current crew. They're being treated as if they are aliens amongst the midst of the humans, although they are future descendants of humanity itself. They were sent out and managed to fight off the Druge. However, the Druge escaped with a very valuable artifact which had been in the possession, which allows for people to transport themselves on a dimensional level. And the Druge escaped. Now the question is, of course, what happened to the Druge and what is to be the fate of the E2? And on that note, let's begin. Okay. Over the course of the week since following the Druge attack, there's been a number of occurrences going on around the ship. The most of the Ito have not really been able to help the humans as they're running around and doing their very businesses. The technology here is a little bit too advanced for you. However, you are approached by the young lady who's referred to as White Rabbit, who comes bouncing up to the group of you and says, "Come with me, come with me, come with me. We have a problem, we have a problem. We have to go see Lenore."
Okay.
And everyone's muted. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Upon being brought to Lenore, you're told that there's been a little bit of a problem. They've sent a couple teams down to the section of the ship that is in charge of the terraforming technology. The terraforming pods were deployed when the ship was crash landing, but it doesn't seem like any of them are activated, and they're having some communication problems. They've been doing deep range scans of the planet to try and figure out what they can find, and they found what they think might be the wreckage of the control section of the ship, as well as one of the scientific landers apparently detached and landed successfully. And they think that there might be some key to figuring out what went wrong with the terraforming systems inside of that science research station. It's an automated station. It's normally would be crewed, but it does have some automated components. But in theory, the information to activate the terraforming units should be there.
Does the console look damaged in any way?
She shrugs and she says, "Well, what the thing is, we've sent some people down to where we actually have the where we have the terraforming stuff here. We haven't heard much back from them. We do know that we're missing some codes which we need from that lander, and we have one of our people set aside to take you there."
Do we have any way of direct communication?
We do have a hover tank, which the one person that we have left on board that survived the crash is certified for it. Will be taking care of escorting you around on the surface. You'll of course have to be using some of the environmental suits we have here because it's far too cold up there for, well, life.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is we've been having a little bit of a problem with the quantum drive unit. And we might need some parts for that.
The quantum drive unit is the main propulsion unit on the ship?
Well, it had been, but it's also what keeps our power going. The quantum drive really gives us all of our power, all of our systems' powers, and it's been, well, a little bit on the fritz lately. Yeah, Jade.
Jade's here.
I'm muted. Yeah, I got stuck outside. I had to clean up something. So.
Jade says as she wanders in from a routine scouting mission. Okay, Jade, when you roll up, roll 20. So I'm going to have to cut this for one moment.
Hang on a second. What is going on here? I have to load roll 20.
Yep.
Which I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. You prefer the internal?
Yeah, you know how it is with scouting missions. You accidentally kill a few things, then you got to bury the bodies.
Well, there's almost nothing to kill out there. Oh, what? Oh, you were burying the Druge. That's so sweet.
Yeah, you know, somebody has to do it.
Well, maybe they'll grow into a beautiful tree one day.
Okay, so I roll 20?
Okay, no, go to your character sheet.
Okay, character sheet.
And under that character sheet, you should have stats in green there. That looks like you do.
Okay.
And there's a button there that says Initiative under Instant Reaction. If you'll.
Okay, hang on a minute.
I screwed up again. You have to actually click on your character on the main board below first.
Okay, so I've got my.
Highlight your E-dash.
Okay, I've got my character sheet, and I've got to make it bigger so I can see it. Doesn't want to go bigger.
You have those giant frickin' icons at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we're screwing up here. Okay, on the right side, you'll notice that there's a cog. Click on that cog there.
The cog, yes.
Scroll to the bottom and change the player avatar size to names only to get that junk out of your way.
Oh, okay. Player avatar size, names only. There we go.
Now you should be able to actually see the screen, because otherwise it's just absurd.
Yeah. Where'd my character sheet go? Here it is.
Now make sure you click on your little E-dash icon first on the screen, on the map.
Okay, hang on a second. This is driving me crazy because I can't see some stuff. No, I mean, really can't. I've got to move things before. Fucking.
I can repost a link to the external app if you'd like.
Yeah, you post the link to the external because I've always used it before.
There we go. There's the external link.
Okay, now did you post it in Roll20?
I posted it in here, in the group chat.
Oh, there it is.
You can go out that.
In the group chat. Oh, I see it. Okay. Excellent. Yeah, that I've always used that before because it was easier for me.
There we go. Yeah, it's easier, I think, for most people because you get more of the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the problem, and it just wasn't working as far as me being able to see it. It's kind of small. Okay, now would you freaking close the thingy on the screen? Okay, so hang on. Back to Roll20. Okay.
There we go. You got it up?
Okay. Okay, I've got the, okay,
Once you get in
so
that
join game, I guess. Is that what I have to do?
join the game, yeah. In the
Yep,
extra.
working on it. Okay, here we go.
Now make sure you click on your little E- icon on the screen, on the map level there. And then
Why does it have that stupid thing? Oh, no, I'm just talking to myself here.
obviously.
My icon on the screen. There we go. Clicked on my icon.
Okay, and then open up your character sheet.
And that's over here. Oops, that's not. Where's my character sheet?
If you go to the right there, you will see a thing that one of the icons options you'll have is journal, which looks kind of like a newspaper. Click on that.
Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
E-dash. Okay, character sheet. There we go. Yeah.
Okay, you should have Ito selected, and I will click it on my end and might not select it on yours.
Okay, Ito.
There we go.
I have Ito selected. As far as I know, I have Ito selected. Okay.
The Ito on the top bar there, you should have 12th tribe in kind of gold and Ito in green, and then below that you should have your stats and everything else.
God's sake. Sorry, it just kind of, we did something weird to me. Okay. It. Son of a bitch.
Jade, are you being special tonight?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm being special tonight. Okay. It just completely disappeared on me, but I think that was my fault. Journal, E-dash, character sheet. Okay.
Okay.
And I've got Ito collected, and it says, okay.
Okay, you should have under instant reaction a little button there that says initiative. Hit that, please.
Under instant reaction.
Under your stats.
Under my stats. Okay, stats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the problem is I can't see the whole sheet.
Click. Okay.
Oh, there we go. It's working now. It wouldn't let me enlarge it.
It takes a second for it to load. It's a little bit slow because of how much data we have in here. Click.
Okay, so under
stats to make it green.
Stats.
Yeah, click
Okay, it's green now. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, now you see instant reaction and the big funky initiative button on the far right. If you look on my screen,
Instant reaction. I see it. I see it.
Click it.
And when you say, do I click on instant reaction?
Yes, where it says initiative. If you look on my screen, you'll see
hang on a minute. Let me.
my little mouse over the button.
On your screen? Okay, let me go back to your screen. Close this. Where is it?
Right here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Initiative. Okay, I see it.
There.
Okay.
Now go back to your window. You should be able to find it just fine. And we'll
Action initiative. Got it. I clicked on that.
Yep. There we go. Now we have the everything with the new element in the that we're introducing this time around in there.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. Now everybody's in order. Okay. Now I can stop looking at this on my end. And I'm going to need to copy you to my other map. So I'll give you 1 second to deal with that, and then we'll get back on plot, hopefully.
Dojari.
Yes, Dojari.
Familiar.
Special.
Very familiar.
Let me get you. Make sure I have all these sheets set up right. This will take a second. And hide this darn thing that's in my way. Stop that, Google. Google's a pain in the butt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll get Jade on that map, and then we'll get her on the last map, and then we will be actually ready to freaking continue. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Now everything's set up. Okay, so Lenore starts over after she says, okay, we've been having a few problems. One of them is that we're having a problem with the terraforming machines. They were all deployed. We think that they should all, in theory, be working, but they're not accepting orders. We think their codes to activate them were scrambled when they landed. We don't know if their programming's been affected or anything along those lines, but we can't communicate with them right now from our ship. We do know where one of the science research modules landed. They normally would be deployed prior to us landing, and we know of one that did actually land safely. and we're going to have to send you guys out in one of our hover tanks to actually see if you can go out there and explore to see if you can get information on the terraforming stuff from there. We've also been having some problems down in the quantum drives. The quantum machine or the quantum drives then has some kind of flaw in it. We don't know what it is. We've sent some people down there to try and do repairs, and, well, none of them have come back yet.
Hmm.
Hey, what in the world are you doing over there?
Oh, sorry. I thought I was muted.
So it's up to you what you want to try and deal with first at this point, but we really need a team to go out there and explore and check both of these things. One, to check the research vessel, and we're also going to need some folks to go down and see what's going on in the quantum core.
So, should we split up or do both
Oh, I'd
tasks
recommend
one
not.
at a time?
Well, considering that we tried sending teams out to both of these locations already, they didn't come back, you might want to just prioritize and decide which one you want to deal with first.
Yeah, I think we might.
Quantum!
Quantum.
Because yeah, we've had some difficulties, we'll just say, and well, when we had the problem with the Druid, you guys did really good fighting them off, and
Well, it seems like you're holding something back. So, what is it?
well, considering there shouldn't be anything living, either on the planet or in the ship that could be a threat. And the fact that I've sent 3 teams down by the quantum core and none of them have come back doesn't sound very good, and I'm worried there might be some of those things that managed to get inside the ship.
Has there been any communication with any of them before loss of?
We don't have personal communicators. None of those systems are working. We don't have enough energy for them, so we haven't been able to keep them charged.
We don't have any what you call mentalists, I guess, or
No, that they're
She kind of chuckles and she says, "You're forgetting the rest of us are human.
human.
You guys are the super alien people. We're just regular people."
Yep.
All right. Well, I suggest.
Well, I was grown into that, but that's me, and I can't do that. So.
What's more vital to the mission, I guess?
They're equally vital. I mean, have you seen what it's like up? Well, yeah, I know you've seen what it's like out there. It's a big old ball of ice, and the air is not really breathable. And if we are exposed to the air for more than a few seconds, we can die because it's so darn cold out there. We can't survive outside of the ship, and we'll eventually starve to death here. We don't have enough women to repopulate the planet anyway at this point without figuring something bizarre out, because that part of the ship is, well, separated and pretty well buried, or mostly separated, we think. We haven't been able to explore well enough. And so we really need to terraform, but if the quantum drive goes out, we're all dead anyway, so we're kind of screwed no matter what we do.
Quantum drive.
I would say the
I think
quantum
we need
drive
to.
more.
Yeah,
I think we
quantum.
need to take care of the quantum drive first.
Well, that's good. What I'll do is I'll send a science team down with you to lead the way. But once they get down by where the main door is, they're going to let you guys in the first door. We'll give you a key card to the second. But in the main chamber, the control chamber, I'm not sending my science team, another science team in there, because you can only have one of the doors open at a time. It's a security protocol, so every time we open the second door, the people that we send in die. And the team I sent just about an hour and a half ago, I haven't heard back from, and there was kind of a corpse that looked like it was pretty well torn apart and not on. I'm wondering if I'd hate to think there's a couple crew members that have gone cannibal, but I'm starting to wonder.
Well, we are supposed to taste like pork.
She gives you a very disturbed look.
I've just heard that, you know.
Mind you, in this timeline, at this point in time, young Lenore is probably about 10. She has a great deal of intelligence, but she's still a child.
Okay, well, I would suggest we should move with caution. Check out this core quantum.
Random thought. Are there even any things? Like, would we even know what force is? I don't know.
Yeah, let's not get that semantic.
Are we gonna go take a look?
A quantum?
Yeah.
So should I call the research team or should I get the driver?
Well, is the quantum core not down at the base of the ship? Do we not have access from inside, or do we have to go out there?
I'll have to send you down with one of the science teams to open it up for you. He shrugs and says, unless you guys know our tech.
Know what?
Unless you guys know our technology. You haven't really shown enough familiarity yet. She says somewhat uncomfortably because she's afraid of insulting you.
Does anybody know?
No. No, she just wants you to go down there and figure out what's killing people.
Alright, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
She opens the door to her little chamber and screams out, "Rabbit! Rabbit!" Little white rabbit runs over and she says, "Yep. Go get the science team." She's like, "Okay, I'll get him first. I'll tell the driver to wait. Just get the team." Okay. White rabbit bounds down the hallway. A few moments later, a number of men wearing varied attire comes up. Apparently, the lab coats thing is just a myth after all. The team, one of the members of the team, a male, is wearing this very strange shirt with a picture of naked women over it. You don't know quite what to make of that. It doesn't seem an appropriate thing to wearing it. This kind of moment being in a crowd of people, but nonetheless, that's what he's wearing. They lead you through a number of snaking tunnels deep into the innards of the ship, and they bring you up to a very large door. One of the researchers hands you a key card and says, "Okay, this key card will work for both of the doors. Once this door closes, you'll be able to open the other one." He hands the card to Boom because he happens to be closest at the time.
Yes.
At this point, they kind of step back and they say, "Good luck," and wave uneasily.
Yay! We're all going to die down here.
Okay, after passing through the first door, it seals behind you. And if you will go to the right side of the map, you will find the little airlock that you're in.
Who can do a little girl's voice? Say we're all going to die down here. We're all going to die down here.
Okay, if you...
We're all going to die down here.
Okay, that's enough. Okay, the second door is on the other side there. It's designated by a bunch of vertical stripes going downward that are kind of grayish. Let me change my pen color if I can here.
Excuse me.
There we go. And there we go. Draw shape. There we go. Okay, this is the closed door directly in front of you, and this is where the closed door behind you is. The door has sealed. You can decide what general order you would like to be in when going through the door.
Maybe the order in our turn order?
No, your physical location.
I was going to say, can we sense before we open the door? Like,
Figure out who wants to be in the front row and who wants to be in the back row kind of thing.
Okay.
What? That's what I meant, like our physical order according
yes,
to
physical
the
order,
order.
yes.
everybody check their defense, I guess. Who's got the best defense?
Whoever wants to go in front.
Freddy, get out of there.
Can I try sense power?
You're not detecting anything on the other side of the door.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot all my. Okay, I need.
Okay, I still have shadow power, right?
Yes, you do. You all have your full abilities.
Okay, so
your
we're
proper
still
defense.
okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll volunteer to go in the first row, and I'm going to create a shadow barrier that we could all hide behind,
Okay.
but still see through.
Okay, you might want to move your character.
Okay. Where is my
That's
cursor?
on your character sheet. If you double-click on the top bar, it will minimize it, and it'll be a little kind of grayish thing in the corner.
If you click on what the...
If you have your character sheet open, if you double-click by where the name is at the very top, it'll minimize it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Ah, I see.
Yeah,
There you go.
That wasn't properly documented. Boom pointed that out to me.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so let's see. Where am I? Oh, there I am. So you want me to move to
You get
what,
by
the front
where
door?
the door is, and
Is that about right?
Yep.
Okay. So who wants to die?
Oh, you guys are actually armed, unlike most of their science staff. Yeah, unfortunately, the part of the ship that had most of the weapons was not the part that you were in during the crash.
I'm going to get my rifle ready just in case.
I'm gonna get my shotgun ready too. I still have all my stuff, right?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so I'm gonna create a shadow shield, guys, and those of you who are brave enough, can come in with me.
Okay, you guys going to just kind of lag behind? Who's going to take front row? Who's taking back?
I'll go.
Okay.
Okay,
There we go.
there we go. That works.
So wait, do we need to prepare our weapons right now, or?
Decide what you're carrying, if anything. And
I'm carrying my pistol with my light bullets. So.
Yeah, I've got my shotgun because if I remember correctly, I don't have much in the way of aim power.
No, you don't.
I have daggers.
I've got snipers, so.
And Boom is hiding in the back, picking his nose.
Boom's got the key, so you better be in front.
He's watching our butts. That's what
I am watching
Oh my
everything. Hold on.
He's pulling a Sasha.
Okay.
Give me a moment here. And let's... Oh, that's the wrong folder. Oh well, I don't have it handy. Bummer. I actually had a 3D display for this one, but to hell with it. Okay. The door opens. There's a fairly large chamber in front of you. You may feel free to walk forward. Let's see now. I believe your movement rate is 3 spaces right now.
Okay, so I'm going to move 3 spaces.
Bring up somebody as a prototype here.
There we go.
Actually, one moment. Let me open up Thelu here.
Since I know house clearing drills, I'm actually just going to enter the doorway and scan.
Actually, your combat movement rate might be higher than that. You may want to check your sheet under where it says Ito. On that first thing with the stats, it'll have your proper combat movement rate. And I say that in part because I just noticed if they loses 5.
Okay, where do we find that?
On your character sheet, under stats, it will have movement rate. It's over.
Oh, okay.
There we go. It's over towards the right side.
Movement rate. Oh, okay. Combat is 4, non-combat is 8.
Okay, you are doing a combat move, so you can move 4 spaces.
Okay, so I'm going to move 1 more.
Okay, as for the rest of you, once again, just check your sheet to see how far what your movement rate is in combat. You're making a combat move.
Where can we see that?
When you open your
Can you
character,
remind me?
there you go. If you look at my screen for a moment, you will see where I'm pointing here. Movement rate's right there under stats.
Yeah, we've just got to get used to the new stuff is all.
Right, okay,
Oh,
4 and 8.
4.
Awesome.
right.
I would suggest move in and stick against the wall.
It's probably going to be 4 for most of you.
Okay.
Hey, get off me.
Okay, moving into the room, you see something ahead of you. It looks mostly human. It looks a little brownish and has strange marks on its back. It's wearing jeans, but its shirt has torn off as its torso has began to expand. And it is eating one of the science crew.
Can I read its surface thoughts?
All you can feel is hunger coming from it at this point.
Have we been?
Do it.
Nom nom.
Always the best move. Yeah.
Give me a roll on your read surface thoughts, please, because that's your first impression.
Hold on. That's right.
If you go under skills, you can click right next to it, and it'll give me a number.
Wait, I rolled a d20. Is that enough?
That should be perfectly fine.
6.
Yep. Seeing as you are rolling your talents on your sheet, because keep in mind, and for anyone that watches this, we're going with a higher difficulty level this time around, so some things are going to be a little bit new to the players. Under your skills, you will notice that you have down there a knack proficiency. And if you click the die for the knack proficiency, it'll give a roll that looks similar to this, which will give you what the different varied target numbers are, as well as what your die roll result is. But a 6 should certainly do it for you. Okay, what you get from it, this thing has been, well, prior to some of the druids that were left out being buried, initially some of them were brought in for testing. When the meat supplies started getting low, some of the colonists started eating the druid.
Ooh. Yuck.
This is what has become of these colonists. Apparently they've been somehow infected by something that was in those druid corpses.
Could we try to approach it and paralyze it somehow? And I have a neutralized poison. I'm wondering if that would do anything.
You could try. You have no idea whether it would be effective.
Can I throw a ball at its head and try and knock it out?
Oh, give me a roll. Once again, if you go to your character sheet, and on your skills, you minimize yourself on the top left, right?
Oh,
On your case, I think it's on your... Oh, it's not? That's your turn counter. Okay.
Oh.
sorry, I'm trying to get it open. There.
There we go.
Starting to get the hang of this thing. There.
Now click on your... Okay, your skills is open. Scroll down. Okay, on skills, see where it says knack proficiency? Click there. It's right in the middle of that top section.
Okay.
Skills. There you go.
And then I click that.
Yep, click right there, and that'll roll automatically for you. It saves a lot of hassle that way.
Oh, I see.
Okay, 8 in combat mode.
That's
That is
cool.
enough to hit. Now, let's see now. We do not need a damage roll for this one. I just need to roll to see its resist. It's angry.
Ooh.
It turns around and lets out a war cry.
Cannonball for a headshot.
Two more emerge from the side passages to figure out what's going on. And they emerge right on its position.
Is there a possibility we can talk to them? Has anyone tried to talk to them?
No.
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't recommend it.
Well, but do they see us, or we're still behind the shadow cloak, right?
Yeah. Yes, you are.
But they know that something happened because something just went at somebody's head.
Yeah, they seem a little bit confused
Okay.
right now.
Totally backing off and hiding.
Sorry,
Okay,
I'm
so
having a hard time. Okay, wait.
now I would like to try to. Okay, Red, is it possible for you to throw something off to the side? Maybe we can entice one of them away.
Oh,
'Cause,
there's metal everywhere, right?
Yeah, there's
Huh?
there's metal everywhere, but most of it's part of the ship.
Well, can I just like reach over here and jiggle something with my magnokinesis?
Yeah, make noise.
You could try. There's a console you could try to jiggle that's anchored to the wall.
Okay.
There's also some kind of piping of some sort that's draped over it on the left side.
I was going to say, can we make them think that it was one of them each other and make them fight themselves?
And there might
Well,
be a
that
way
might
to try
work if we could get one separate, and then we could maybe have Red sneak over to where that one is and throw a rock or throw something at the other one.
That is a canister that holds something.
Oh, so I
We
probably
don't necessarily want to throw it if we don't
no
know.
idea what's in the canister.
Okay, well, what's it sitting on?
It's sitting on a wooden crate.
Hey, Jane.
Okay, what's the canister made of? Just a
Hold
second, Jackie. What's the
Hang
canister
on a
made of?
moment. Hang on a moment. The canister is metal. Hang on, Jackie. Go ahead.
Alright, what if we were able
Everybody?
to separate one of them using your shadow barrier, and then we can hold them down with your shadow, and I can try to neutralize poison, and we can see if that has any effect on it.
Well, I wanted to ask though, what's the canister made of?
Metal.
Metal.
So
I can jiggle the crate with my telekinesis. If
yeah,
you want.
but I was just gonna say, Red, can you just attract that metal to you, the canister to you?
I'm going to very briefly refill my coffee, and I'm going to give Kevin, I mean the group of you, a moment to think how you can potentially think
Okay.
one of them has attacked one of the others.
Okay, so I think if the canister's metal, Red, can you attract that to you?
I can try.
That way, we could,
Guide it towards me.
yeah, and that way we can find out what's in it. I mean, if it's useless,
I will
we can throw it
attract
at
it
him.
towards E-Dash.
Okay, well that'll work. You know what? Okay. How about this? If you can, I don't know who's echoing.
Okay. Well, you folks are sitting there and trying to brainstorm. We do have a matter of initiative here. Boom, are there any actions you'd like to declare?
Let's see. Can I just Can I just knock them out?
With what do you want to do?
Yeah, I could just like shoot them with water. Just knock them out with a wave.
Okay. If you shoot them with your little water cannon, they will see the trajectory it's coming from, and you'll become a target.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Stanislav, any actions to declare?
Excuse me.
What's this round thing behind the third one here? Is that the canister?
The canister is over here.
Right.
Oh, that must be zoomed in too far to see it.
And that's the only loose metal object that you see that's not attached to something.
Oh, okay.
Well, there's also this pipe here, which you can't tell. It looks like some kind of wire or something.
I see something organ behind one of them there, right by the wires, almost that whole thing behind them there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something special, or
These cables back here?
right here?
Or the object here?
That one there, yeah.
Yeah, that looks like some kind of... That's a piece of equipment that's attached to the console. That looks like it's been forcibly torn out.
I have a rifle, but I don't have a silencer.
Okay, I'm going to take a moment while you're pondering. Kevin, think of anything?
I'm gonna jiggle the canister here, or like the
Wait.
what?
I want Red to try to attract the canister and send it toward me, and I will catch it in my wall. I will make my wall of shadow flexible so I can catch it.
Okay, never mind then.
I just want to get the canister out of there before you jiggle anything.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, Kevin having initiative, because we have initiative, starts jiggling the canister. As he starts jiggling the canister and then is told to wait, they start charging the canister's position.
It's
Do you attract it towards yourselves, or do you leave it at its current location?
What do you want me to do?
5,
Okay.
4, 3.
I'm eating.
I slowly start moving it towards me.
Okay.
Start moving
I
it.
wouldn't do that if I were you guys. You realize that they're going towards the canister, and they're going to attack wherever
Well,
the
I didn't
canister
move it all the way towards us. I just moved it slightly towards us.
They continue
Yeah.
following the canister as it slowly moves its way down, sniffing
Okay.
at the air while
And
doing
now I
so.
start moving it over to the other side of the room.
They start following the canister to the other side of the room. One of them even bats at it, knocking it a little way. Where are you sending it to?
Up here?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
And while they're doing that, Kevin, could you jiggle the box?
Okay, telekinesis. I jiggle the wooden crate back and forth.
Okay, two of them continue following that. The one that had been behind the other two turns around and goes over and starts poking at the box. Well, technically at the pallet. There we go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this.
Now, I want to keep my wall of shadow up to protect us. Could somebody, maybe, because the two have their back turned, maybe somebody could wrap this other guy in water or something, or knock him over?
I got an idea.
Okay, Kevin.
Okay, go.
I have my kinetic ability called Constraint Field. I can immobilize him. But I think the rules of that, the way I define that ability, I can't do anything else while I do that.
Yep.
Okay.
So I immobilize him.
Okay.
So, could I go over and try to neutralize his
Actually, I think we have a couple of mental abilities that can immobilize people. Hold on one second.
I just did it. Don't worry about it.
But you immobilize all of them?
No, just this one. I can only do one at a time.
Yeah, no, I have one. I have the ability.
Okay, hang on. Jackie?
Alright, keep the other two distracted. I'm gonna go in and try to neutralize this guy's the poison, and we'll see if that does anything. So 1, 3, 4. Alright,
Okay.
Neutralize poison.
Okay, what I need you to do is, once again, on your sheet, you'll see
Okay.
that neutralized poison should be as under your knack proficiency. So give me.
Yeah, wait, hold on. It's loading.
Okay. And it looks like I'm getting feedback on my end here. I'm going to reload the Hangout. I will be right back.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing a little blip on my side. It looks like I might be feeding.
Oh. How you all doing?
Mods are asleep. Talk about religion.
It's like being frozen in time.
Heh.
So I'm taking it that this is the quantum drive over here.
Quantum.
That was mildly irritating. There we go. Let's get that screen share going again.
Alright.
There we go.
So where do I roll?
Okay. Now, on your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
if you go under skills, you will see that there's that very top bar there by the skills section, and it'll have your knack ability there.
Yeah.
Just click on that. Just click on the button next to that, the little die button, and that'll give you your roll.
Wait, little die button that can. Can you show on your screen so I can?
Just give me 1 second. Good grief. Okay, it will right next to knack proficiency. There's a
proficiency. Oh, okay. Got it.
There we go.
1 sec. Knack proficiency. There we go. Did that work?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay, you rolled a critical. You did great. Great roll there. Okay. It seems confused at the moment. Well, it's also bound, but its eyes just rolled into the back of its head, and you're not sure quite what that means. But we'll call it confused for the moment, at least.
Okay, I'll stay with this guy to see if anything happens.
Okay,
I have my light ready in case it doesn't work, and I can bind him with my light.
Okay, Red, would you like to declare an action?
I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay, Jade. Have an action for me?
Jade's off in La La Land.
Okay, Kevin is currently restraining Stanislav.
Just trying to get my kinetics here. Hold on a second.
Okay, what do you have for abilities? Let me take a look at your sheet here. Okay, and Mac. Oops. Oh, kinetics. Okay, Earth and Barrier, Reinforced Earth. You're not going to be able to do much with those in the current setting, unfortunately, in terms of your kinesis.
What I was thinking of, though, was my, there it is. Where the heck did it go? Sense presence. There it is. Okay. Can I do a mind probe on these guys?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to do a mind probe on the one that Jackie just hit with the. Her.
Okay. That mind probe is going to take one turn to complete. Moving on to Boom.
Do you want me to lock down any one of these? I have a mental paralysis.
Okay. Which one would you like to lock down, right or left?
Well, I was asking the group. Would they like me to?
I guess it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe the one closest.
Okay.
Alright, I'll grab this one.
Okie doke. Give me a roll.
Hold on one second.
Knack proficiency.
Not listing Boom as being connected to the game.
My deck should be. Where the hell did the number go?
No, it isn't. Oh well.
Oh, rank 3.
Yeah. Give me a roll. There should be a little die icon next to that. Click on the die.
Okay.
That's weird.
Oh, you made it.
Cool.
There we go. Another one has been paralyzed.
May I make a suggestion on the course of action? We should distract the third one and move it away from the second, and then if someone else has sort of paralyzing ability, paralyze that guy, and then I can work my way around and neutralize poison.
Good idea.
The one that was chasing the lovely little canister just swatted at the canister, trying to grab it, and managed to bounce it off the wall, and is now chasing it as it keeps moving. Because he rolled poorly.
Okay. Can anyone do like another paralysis or restraining type of ability?
I can remove my constraint field from this one.
Okay,
Can I like?
I have an idea. All light sculpt some bindings. Is there any like pipes or anything I can bind him to?
Give me a roll on that, and you don't necessarily, you can actually bind him just to himself with the light sculpt.
Okay, all right. Okay. Where am I rolling?
Once again, this
Am I
actually in this
rolling?
case, you're not rolling knack. You are going to be rolling your kinesis. It's on the right side of where knack was.
Okay, so all right, yeah.
Or
Good roll. You got him.
I release constraint
Okay.
field from this guy, and then
Awesome.
Give me a roll. Yep. Give me a roll on it.
Okay.
Let me know when I can start heading up here and neutralizing that guy poison.
Knack proficiency. 13.
Failed.
Crap.
You almost had him, you think, for a moment, and he sits there and feeling the kinetic force trying to gather around him. He turns around and is distracted, and notices the shadow barrier.
Oh crap.
Okay, I have a question. Can I do mental paralysis and neutralize poison? And can I neutralize poison at the same time I'm...
This round, you've done the sculpt light. You'll have to wait for your turn to come back around. Stanislav, you're up.
Okay, do I need to roll for that mind probe now, or?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's under the special skills,
Under skills, the special skills at the top, and it is your knack.
Knack.
Knack proficiency. There we go. You can't quite grab onto it. You sit there, you start reaching into its mind, but you can't quite get to the depths. There's something there. It's like you can't get it. It feels almost slippery to you.
Does it feel important? Does it feel...
You can't really tell. You were close to getting something, but just couldn't grab it. You're going to have to try again later.
Okay.
Okay, we're on Boom. Is that an active thing, holding that paralysis on the other guy?
It's something that I have to, in order to maintain it, I have to hold it on him. I can't do anything
Okay,
else.
that's what I
I
thought.
can
Okay.
move, I just can't do anything else.
Okay, Jackie, we're back to you.
Okay, I'm going to, I don't need to roll or anything to be invisible, right?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go invisible real quick so that this guy doesn't see me go across. I'm gonna
Oh, if you're going to cross his path, you will need to roll.
Okay.
Just give me a quick roll on that.
What am I rolling?
Once again, that's going to be on your kinesis.
Okay. Hold on, gotta open it up again. Okay.
You have failed to turn invisible.
Okay, I'm going to do mental paralysis on this guy.
You will not be able to do another action this round due to trying to turn it.
Oh, okay.
Red.
Can I just move back? Can I retreat?
Yes, you can step back.
No.
You can move back half
Okay.
your movement, so you can move back 2 probably.
Alright.
Okay, Red.
Cool.
Hold my action until they obviously start attacking us.
Okay, Jade.
Okay, I'm gonna try to Now you say this guy here has seen the shadow barrier, right?
Yep, he's
I already
heading.
take that away. Okay. So I'm going to try to. I have 3 tendrils of shadow. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm eating potato chips. I'm going to toss out a tendril of shadow and try to wrap him in it and hold him.
Okay, give me a roll. Once
Okay.
again, kinetic manipulation.
Now, where do I do this now?
Okay, on your sheet,
Uh-huh.
definitely open up this one so that I can.
Yeah, so
where
I
it
make
says
sure.
Special skills there. You have instant reaction, knack proficiency, and kinetic manipulation. It's a little die next to kinetic manipulation.
Okay, and this is on skills, right?
Yep.
Special skills, and I go to kinetic manipulation?
And there's a little 20-sided die picture next
I
to
see it.
on
Okay,
there.
there we go.
And
work?
that is a resounding success.
Okay, so I've got that guy wrapped in shadow.
Yep, they're bound, and this guy down here is also, at the bottom, is imprisoned. And there we go. We'll lock him up good.
Okay.
Okay, now that you are officially out of combat, in essence, because those guys are being actively held, at your leisure, you're able to light cast them in so that they are properly bound until dispelled.
Right.
Okay. So, wait, you said light cast?
Using your light sculpt, isn't it?
Yes. So should I move towards them and...
You don't actually have to move on the map right now. You're no longer in combat, so it doesn't matter. You can
Okay.
be wherever you want to be.
So, do I need to roll to light sculpt, or
You
since
can
we're not in
do something until you
combat?
succeed, so we can consider it done.
Alright,
Do
so
you want-
you're light sculpting.
Can you do the poison thing? Neutralize poison?
Okay, Stanislav, give me another roll on trying to probe that one's mind.
Okay. Sorry.
Yay, non-combat rolls. Much easier. And you just barely made it this time because you're not in combat.
Oh.
Okay, you managed to probe the depths of its mind. There still is the core of a human mind in there. However, it seems like most of its memories have drifted away from it. It doesn't remember its name. It doesn't know why it's here, but it does seem conscious. But also, something about it, it seems like its mind slipping away from you as you're trying to probe it.
Which one is he probing?
The one that you initially targeted that you did the cure poison on.
Oh, okay.
Its mind feels like it's slipping away from you, and its eyes begin rolling back into its skull.
Since I actually have biology, so I could actually examine this creature and see what I can
Give me
find
a
out.
bio roll.
Uh,
Next to your biology skill, there will be the image of a die. Click it.
let's see, skills, skill, biology. There it is, and
Yay, uber macros. Well, whatever it ate is apparently mutating it. This much you can tell just by looking at it without even using biology, quite frankly. But what it seems like whatever it is rewriting whatever strange internal thing might tell it how it's structured. You know, no genetics. But straight up, it is being changed on a genetic level. What has been done to it can't actually be undone. However, it looks like it's sick. More so than the other two. Like curing the poison has somehow altered it. In examining it, you realize that this thing was once female.
my God,
So
it was once female.
it's doing worse or better or what?
It's worse.
Worse, okay.
Yeah, it is something that is inside it, and I don't actually have what is it, forensics? Yeah, forensics. Or what the hell's the other one? Yeah.
The concern is that curing the poison might be killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the question is whether you want to try it on the others or.
I'm going to hold back on that for now. Zoom, can you examine like the biology of the other ones? One of the other ones?
They all look the same.
Well, I mean, maybe is there something that
Well, I mean, from what
wait.
I have, it should be.
we can
yeah.
pinpoint
Roll
what
it.
the neutralized poison.
It doesn't hurt to make the roll.
Right.
Alright, hold on one second. I do have chemistry, but yeah. 9.
Okay. Okay, this thing seems quite a bit fitter and healthier than the other. This particular one is male. However, its genitals seem to have, well, fallen off. Which is a little bit odd, to say the least. There also seems to be a small structure that's starting to grow in that region.
That's lovely.
Feel free to be repulsed by this. It's not very pleasant. The other thing you notice is that the sores on this one's back seem a little bit more developed than the sores on the other two, in that they actually seem to be pulsating in such a way that it's almost like a small orifice that's opening and closing in its back. And there's a strange scent that seems to be emitting from it.
So it's like it's turning into something else.
Yeah.
Are those in the same locations that we find glands on our bodies?
No, they're not.
Hmm.
This thing has to have some kind of new organ or something that's growing within it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it looks like whatever they have is incurable and not reversible. So perhaps the kindest thing to do would be to off them. Boom, can you tell how vulnerable they are? Can we kill them easily?
They're paralyzed. They can be killed easily.
Okay. So my
I agree.
suggestion is
Save the woman.
that sad. What?
Save the woman.
The only way we can
Save the
actually
one that what?
Save the woman.
No.
Uh,
Don't save. You can't save either one. Either way, the only way you could actually legitimately save them would, if even at a possibilities chance, would be to take them back to the ship that we were at, because that was the only one that had genetic technology.
do we want to capture one of them and take it back?
Yes, the woman.
Okay, since Red wants to do that, let's do that.
The only specimen that showed it.
Hold on.
Incidentally, 2 of them are female. The male is the only one that seems to have those strange structures coming out of its back.
Yeah, the only one of
Take that one
interest
back.
is
Even
that
if,
one.
hold on. Even if we can't cure it, we should take it back to be examined before we kill it. Keep it paralyzed.
Since there's no women,
What if we put it outside? It should freeze.
Take them all back.
just the
Well,
women.
obviously, but
Oh, hold on. I say we take back one of the ones that wasn't neutralized poison. Maybe the woman who wasn't neutralized poison. So that we have a sample that wasn't affected by that.
yeah, that's
So
what,
we off this one and this one. So I'm gonna come here and point my light pistol at the back of the head. Any objections?
No.
no.
No? Alright, I shoot.
I will point one thing out. Keep in mind that all you need to do is send somebody through those doors to bring in the research team.
I'll go get the research team.
Okay.
Good idea.
Actually, you do need a live specimen with the poison to see how it affected it.
Yeah.
Okay. After a few moments, the 3 team members come in. The guy with the funny shirt waits a little bit before coming in, wanting to, basically making sure that the other 2 aren't going to get killed upon entry before he steps in himself.
Because,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upon getting in, one of the researchers immediately runs to the front console to start examining it. The other 2 start looking at these strange light-wrapped creatures and say, were these us once? Holy crap.
Seems that way.
Mm-hmm.
The shirt guy points out that he finds it interesting that the women still seem to have vaginas and the man does not.
He's throwing another set of.
that's good.
He
He's
turns
throwing
to
another
that
parasite.
isn't what I meant. That isn't what I meant. I spoke out of turn, and man, why did I wear this shirt today?
The Druge parasite is sexist.
Well, it could be that it's just affecting the man more rapidly than the women.
Well, if this is from eating those Druge things, the thing we noticed is that all the Druge were male. There weren't any female Druge. Maybe the virus is acting differently for the females.
Druge
Right.
biology
Maybe the
is
females were left
sexist.
behind.
Okay, can I suggest that Boom has checked out the female that Jackie tried to cure, and he checked out the male. Can Boom check out the other female to see what condition she's in?
Sure. Hold on 1 second.
She's in similar condition to the first one. However, she seems much stronger and much less ill than the other, we'll just say. In attempting to read both surface thoughts and probing this one, all you can come up with is animal instincts completely, as opposed to the one that the poison cure was done on, that it seems to have some degree of consciousness.
Huh.
Basically,
So
the poison is causing the parasite to be distracted long enough for the consciousness to form for whatever remains.
Yeah. That sounds good. That sounds like about what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to me at this point it would probably be just cruel to let her consciousness come back.
Well, we can do a further evaluation of this in the lab to see.
Yeah.
Say one of them you've tried to cure the toxin, and the other one you haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do have a hypothesis, if you'll allow me, says one of the staff members. If you notice by their shoulders, there's what looks like points that something should be attached. And we did grab a number of those parasitic creatures from the Druge that you people killed that we brought in, and we do have some of them currently being held in stasis for further examination. that might be where the parasite's supposed to attach. Their systems might be somehow dependent on the parasites.
Yeah.
That makes sense. The problem is, of course, if we put the parasite on them, then we'll have Druge.
Well, they might become Druge. They might become something else. We really don't know. I mean, a lot of their biology doesn't seem to match that of standard Druge biology.
Well, let's lock them up and then experiment then.
That's what I was going to say. Can we take all 3 of them back and put parasites on them to make sure we have them securely, very securely contained before we do that, as well as have the ability to kill them if necessary?
That idea, says Red.
My concern is pertaining to the male, though. If Druge can't normally breed with one another, that could be dangerous to have.
Well, let's test the 2 females first and not the male, but we'll keep him alive just in case.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to dissect him. I think we'd be better off dissecting the males and just examining the females and doing different tests on them. I think he might be a good subject for dissection.
I agree.
I will agree with Red. I think that's a good idea. We'll dissect the male and experiment with the 2 females.
This researcher that had gone up to the front console turns around and says, "We have a major problem here."
What now?
Oh, fuck.
This apparatus here, he says, referring to the device that you can see on the map with the red lines on it, is the control node that controls this segment of the quantum mechanism of the ship. The node's been damaged and detached, most likely by these creatures. We have 3 different quantum apparatus on the ship. 2 of them are in this section. The other one's in the front portion, which broke off prior to the crash. It would be near where the bridge section is. Which is somewhere else on the planet.
Wait, what did the researchers say about the
control node here? This is a quantum drive control node. He says, pointing, basically thumping on the top of the metal apparatus that had been removed from the primary control unit up at the front. We need to get a replacement. This one's busted. There's no way we can fabricate a new one. Now, we can't exactly take it from the other quantum drive segment that we have in this part of the ship. We'd have to get it from the front section and figure out where the crash site is, where the bridge and all that is.
Question, did we ever find out what's in that canister?
Yeah. If you'd like to ask the researchers, they'll be more than happy to tell you.
What's in the canister?
Mr. Researcher?
Oh, it's lubricant for the drive core.
Oh, that sounds useful.
It is very useful. We'll need that when we mount a new one in there. It's lucky that we do have some to spare.
What do we need to take with us?
You don't need to take anything with you. What we need to do is we need to figure out if we can locate the front section of the ship.
Okay, let's
go.
go
off to the other ship.
The front section of the ship crashed somewhere else on the planet. That's kind of the problem.
Does anybody see which direction it went?
Oh.
He shrugs. He says, "I don't know. You'd have to ask the 2 girls. They might know."
So I guess we have 2 goals when we go outside to find that and to find the terraform machines.
Yeah.
I'd also like to ask: is the ship made largely of metal?
Yes, mostly.
Is the planet? How much metal is in the planet?
Who knows?
Well, because I was thinking that we might be.
Hang on. As E2 that were once the I2 long in the future, which is your past, they'll figure that one out.
Yeah.
You do know that there is metal deeper into the planet, but not too much of it. But there's a whole bunch of ice between you and it.
Well, my thought is that perhaps we could use metal locating metal abilities to locate the ship on the planet if there's not a lot of surface metal?
Well, there's not much surface metal indeed. Now, if you actually think back to your time when you were initially starting back in session 1, you'll remember, of course, that by that mountainous region where the Iron Tribe will, in theory, eventually live, there's quite an amount of metal in that location. Now, here's the question. Does this make anything else occur to you pertaining to where the bridge section of the ship might be?
The bridge section of the ship.
Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. The heretics.
Bridge section. Is the bridge section where the heretics came from?
Yep, the heretical path.
That's
the bridge
right.
section is where you went for your rite of passage.
Interesting.
So we're near.
Oh, that's where that's where the runes are.
So the other part, that's the part that we're in now. That's where the heretics came from.
Yep.
And weren't they close to that? Was it the Valley of Woe place?
Yep.
So we're actually nearby where the Iron Tribe is. So we have a rough idea of.
Yep.
So if we detect the giant metal mountain, we should be on the right direction as to detect the actual center mass.
Mm-hmm.
I would not have been able to figure that out.
Well, yeah, you weren't in. Only Jade and Boom and I would know.
No,
that.
I know. That's why I made that comment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, in any case, you help the researchers bring the half druge or quarter druge or whatever in the world these things are back towards their research area, and they start poking and probing and thank you for your assistance and tell you to let them know when you and if you get that quantum drive control node. They're a little bit concerned, to say the least. And at this point, you head back to the main drive chamber, the actual quantum drive core itself, which is where Lenore and White Rabbit reside. Upon arriving there and giving her an update as to what has happened thus far, she picks up the book and thumbs through it and says, "You know, it says in here that they never found that control node. That I don't think we're going to be able to find it, and I can't find the main section of the ship, the bridge section of the ship. I have no idea where it crashed. We can't find it on the scanners." The book, incidentally, is her journal from the future.
I don't suppose we have any memories, do we?
Oh, you have memories. Oh, yeah.
Can we remember that far back?
Oh, yeah, you can remember.
Yeah.
You can remember where the frick it is. You guys remember. She just...
Oh, yeah, and Red. I forgot. Red was
In
there, too.
her original timeline, it was never found.
Oh, well, I think that we should go get it because we remember where it's at.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. And I'm going to take you off the map here because you don't need to be there right now.
I am a pathfinder. I know how to draw the half.
Yes, you were indeed a
Pathkeepers. Pathkeepers?
pathkeeper, yeah. You indeed were a pathkeeper.
Let's draw maps. I'll draw the map. And the map, and the map, and the map.
But yes,
Oh, yeah, Nodvik was our map maker.
as old pathkeepers, though, it had been once upon a time your duty to actually know the lay of the land. Once you get back into familiar territory, you should, in theory, be able to find your way, quote, quote, home.
Okay, then.
I would also like to point out that I have navigation skills.
Well, that'll certainly help as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just have ideas.
White Rabbit leads you down to the main bay where the driver of the hover tank is waiting for you. Her name's Rose.
Hi, Rose.
And she seems really groggy and out of it and kind of sleepy. Because, yeah, she ended up having to crash. But nonetheless, she will be on autopilot today.
Okay.
You're advised to get into environmental, and then you load on board the little hover tank, which is actually an APC with a pretty good cannon on the top of it, and head out into the arid, snowy wasteland. It takes a little bit of work to get through some of the mountains. Occasionally, the snow in some areas is deep enough that she actually has to fire off the main turret to blast away enough of the snow with the plasma cannon that you can actually continue forward. You snake in and through the area and down the long passage that is what was once referred to as the Valley of Woe back during your days as the E2. Far ahead of you, you can see an imprint from a crater near the sides of the mountains. The mountains, there's a passage heading off to the right, a small channel heading down on one side of the mountain towards what was once the Silshi territory, and another one, or I should say that will one day be the Silshi territory, and another one going kind of straight and to the left, branching in the other direction. This is heading towards where there's looks like the mountain side was struck by something. Which way? Asked the driver.
Yeah, which way, Miss Navigator?
Okay.
So we found the mountain, the Iron Tribe mountain.
That'd be to the left.
Oh.
It's in the distance on the left, I should say.
Okay, how do I use my navigation skills?
Do we know which way we're facing?
Y'all know that it's on the left.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
we go left.
direction-wise, are we facing east?
You're facing south.
Yeah, we want to go southeast. We want to go southeast.
Okay. You continue south, and you go a little ways further, and then you come to a frozen lake. To the left is where the old mountain had been. The frozen lake, there's a small, round, black stone in the center of it.
We never made it out there in season 1. We did?
Yes. Well, you didn't. The other group did.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
You going to continue toward the southwest from here?
Yeah, we want to go, what? Yeah, no, not southwest, southeast. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah,
East.
south.
We want to go east around the lake, and then south.
Okay, you continue east around the lake and then continue south. In the distance, you see a large shimmering mass standing up vertically out of the snow.
It looks like the ruins.
Well, it technically doesn't look like the ruins because it's much, newer at this point in time, and it has not been cannibalized for metals yet.
Probably still steaming.
Well, it looks like it's melted quite a bit of the snow, and it looks like it's landed quite
Just
deep.
because.
Yes, you still have the map.
That's good. We'll be able to make it back.
Okay. You can. It takes about a day's trip, even in the tank, to get all the way to where the spire of metal is. But you do come to the section of the ship that had broken off. It's standing directly out of the snow, and there doesn't seem to be any real way to get into it.
Can I make a way?
You could make a way, you could have the tank make a way, or Kevin could try to make a way, or Stan could try to make a way.
Try and bend a piece of metal back.
You slowly start bending it. It's pretty frickin' sturdy, though.
Since I have called to Earth, wouldn't I be able to call the Earth up and...
Wedge it in there and help push? Yes.
I'll help push with telekinesis.
Okay, the group of you work together slowly and surely and manage to tear off an entire hull plate.
Awesome.
Upon looking in it, there's a long shaft going downward. The ship hasn't been, we'll just say the base of it hasn't been quite filled in yet, as it would be in the far future. You can see up, way up towards where the bridge is, and way down. You know the bridge is up because of your memories from the future past. So, here's the question. Since you have this long shaft going down and you have no way to necessarily get yourselves up there, what method are you going to use to try and get up there?
I can levitate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so can I.
Anyone else?
Levitator?
I could create stairs.
Do we have rope? Can we?
Boom, are you going to try to make stairs?
Yeah, I could make stairs because it'll freeze. So.
Yes, as you start conjuring up the water, it freezes.
Iceman.
Almost immediately, so you have to be kind of careful, and it takes a little bit of extra work, but yes, you can make a staircase up or down if you'd like.
Yeah, I can levitate too, I forgot.
Cool. So you guys levitate in there while Boom's making stairs.
Okay, that works.
I put my skates on.
I can make ice shoes.
I still have my shotgun ready, just in case.
Okay. You slowly work your way up the ship. You pass by a number of different chambers, some on the right, some on the left. From the looks of it, the ship over time will sink further in prior to it being filled in with Earth completely. You travel up a ways further than you normally would. Then you start coming to an area that looks a little bit more familiar, although it's at a different orientation that you're used to. And there's a door on the right and a door on the left, and straight ahead of you is the walkway that leads towards the bridge. Or I should say, straight ahead of you if you were to look up.
Well, I don't think the quantum drive would be on the bridge, but do we want to look there?
Well, the thing is, what if something comes out of the door on the left or the door on the right? Well, we're going to the quantum bridge, and our friends meet that as they come up the stairs. Should perhaps we wait for them to come up the stairs and then make a decision?
Yeah, and everybody should come.
I have a question. Is there any ice kind of on the walls, like from the water?
The walls are quite thoroughly frozen.
Okay, and I mean like they've got some ice in it and stuff.
Yeah, there is ice.
Can I like? Oh, sorry. Can I like sculpt an ice pick and work my way up?
Oh, you have cryo? Do you have cryo?
No, like sculpt an ice pick.
You could make an light pick, yes.
Yes. Alright. Cool. I'm gonna
Otherwise,
climb up to the doors and I'm gonna make a light barrier on the door so they can't open and nothing can cause trouble.
Okay, so you're going to seal the door shut?
Yeah.
Okay. The doors are sealed. No problem. As you continue to work your way up towards the bridge, you notice that there's a platform that is going from this crew section over to where the bridge is. It goes straight across. And below that, you can see a subdeck. You going to continue to the bridge or check the subdeck?
I think the subdeck leads to the maintenance where the mechs.
Well, that's where the quantum drive would be, right?
Right, but I think we
Let's
should
check the bridge first.
Yeah, I was going to say let's check the bridge first, and then we can go to the subdeck. Oops.
Okay. There we go. Yoink. You drop to where the bridge is. The bridge area itself has actually reoriented. It's fascinating the way that the ship was actually set up. It was set so that no matter how the ship lands, the bridge will always be flat. So you can you just have to climb up to where the door is, and you can get in and you'll be on flat terrain again. It's actually on a rotary access. Kind of cool. You're on the bridge map now. It doesn't really matter. There's no real combat here, but it gives you an idea of the general layout. And I'm just zooming out on my screen because what's the point? On the bridge there, you will notice that every single person on the bridge, upon impact, many of them were thrown around and nearly all of them were killed instantly, except for the captain, who was very thoroughly strapped into his chair. He's dead too and covered in ice. They all froze within moments of impact.
Oops.
Uh-oh. No wonder why we need these suits.
don't cry, it'll freeze.
Mm-hmm.
Captain's dog. It seems the crew is all dead.
That is correct.
It's chilly in here.
As we look around, does there seem to be anything useful?
Well, on the various crew members, for example, on the guard deck there, you can actually find a stun stick, and he also does have a small sidearm with him, as a number of other items strewn throughout the chamber. Most of these you remember from, well, frankly, your past, which would be the future here,
Right.
and how beneficial they helped you with that last time that you had to deal with the Druge, or I should say the first time.
So I suggest we collect everything that might be useful.
Make an inventory.
Think about
Yeah.
that. Think about that for a moment, Jade.
Oh, right. Leave them there.
Hmm.
You change the future, we'll all die.
Yeah. Well, I don't care if we die. Anyway. Yeah. Okay.
I don't care if
Yeah,
I kill
you're right. We need to leave them there. Yeah.
I don't care if I kill my future self.
Is there
Time
anything
travel,
there?
it's a pain in the
Is there
ass.
anything there that we don't recognize from the future?
No.
Well, shit.
All right, we leave
Keep in
that shit
mind that-
untouched.
Keep in mind that this ship was never actually explored in the initial timeline.
Right.
All right, well, we know what we're here for. Let's take
Right,
it and
let's-
leave everything else.
Yeah. Let's go check the quantum drive.
Okay. You head back down to where the platform is. And you can easily get to where the subdeck location is by use of a little bit of ice and a little bit of levitation. In the process of getting there, you notice that the back section, once you go down there, is not the big mass of tangled metal and wires that you remembered it from your time. Instead, there's a passage leading deeper down into the ship.
Let's go.
Okay. You continue down, and you eventually make your way down deep enough that you get into a section that resembles where you were led through to get to the quantum core in the aft section. You come to a large vaulted double door.
Is it locked?
Yes, it is, and there's a little keycard receptor which is frozen over to the side of it.
Sense presence.
You're not sensing, well, you're not sensing the presence of anything living. There are the corpses of varied crew members around. None of them seem to have anything of any real significance on their persons.
Wait, we don't have that key card, do we? Were we given that?
Still have it. They did not take it back from you.
Okay, then can we melt the ice away from the receptacle?
And what do you propose to do that with?
Light girl. Wouldn't light do it?
Well, you could. It's going to be a lot slower than something like fire would be, obviously.
Couldn't you
Well,
imagine?
we can use fire, but let's just be careful to heat it and not damage the slot.
Okay, he just warm his body.
Wait, who do we have that has fire?
You don't.
We don't.
Okay, are we gonna have to use a light source?
Yeah, and use a piece of ice to magnify it.
However, there are some things that you do actually have.
Wait a minute.
Because if you think about the varied things that you have, you do have, I believe some of you might still have some steam-powered apparatus.
Oh, well, steam-powered apparatus.
I don't have anything that would be useful for this.
Well, right, I can make steam. I can heat up water.
Yes.
That's a good idea. You should.
Yeah. I can heat this up. Okay, so I heat it with steam.
Okay, there we go. You start making steam. You get enough of it away. The mechanism begins to spark.
Don't.
This would be a good time for the keycard.
Put the key card in. Shove it in there.
The door opens the doors open just about halfway.
Grab something and wedge it in
Oh.
there so it'll close.
Can I nudge it open a little further?
You can nudge it open further. You guys can get through even with the distance that is opened. Once again, there is a second vault door in the way, which you've been told you've learned from your former experience, cannot open unless the other door is shut.
Ah, yes.
Magno.
Is there another mechanism?
I closed the door behind us.
Magnekinesis.
Magno Girl starts pulling it down with the help of telekinesis. The door
Okay.
shuts. The other one opens without even a key card.
Sense presence?
On the other side of the door, you see the apparatus you need to acquire. Yay! And you see a bunch of dead crew members in there too.
Can we turn off the power?
Hmm?
Can we turn off the power completely?
Yes. Actually, getting down there, it's actually fairly obvious how the mechanism is set in there. All you need to do is turn it, rotate it, and then there's just 3 clips to pull.
So this will turn off the power completely from the ship?
Yes. Yes, it will.
Okay, do so. Wait. Do we know that we can get those doors open again?
I can.
If they're not electric, they're most likely electrically locked.
You'll most likely have to work together to do so.
Okay. Just want to make sure we don't get trapped in here.
Well, you did manage to close that front door, so apparently you should be able to reopen it, you figure.
Okay, let's do it.
You also left the door to the bridge open.
Because we were obviously born in a barn.
Yep. Okay. You managed to carefully remove the apparatus. No problem whatsoever. And after removing it, you were able to try and head back out the way that you came. Upon opening the other door, you start hearing a rumbling coming from deep within the ship. Unfortunately, the outer door didn't want to go back up. You had to force it. And this seems to have compromised the structural integrity of the ship.
All ass.
Okay, y'all haul ass out of there. And that section of the ship starts caving in on itself behind you. By the time you get back up where the platform is, it is sealed up tight in a mass of twisted metal and cables.
Mm-hmm. All right, then.
Thus enters Paradox.
Wait, wasn't it like that?
Yeah,
When we found it in the future? Okay.
yeah, it was.
Ooh, I see. Uh-huh.
Our future selves did it.
Go figure that one
Caused
out.
problems for our past.
So, I wonder what would happen if we actually did take that stuff. Let's not
We'd
find out.
all die.
All right. Head back. Mission accomplished.
Okay, you hang on a second.
Head back.
There are ways to change the future, but this isn't the one of them.
Okay, snarky comment from Nodvik, had to read it. Okay, you guys head back to the hover tank and start slowly making your way back towards the ship. As you start heading back towards that primary mountain impact, the pilot points out that is the general direction where the science section had passed. That's supposed to have the terraform information. Do you want to stop there on the way back, or do we want to deliver this ASAP?
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Okay, on your way back, as you're nearing the mountains by that impact site. The impact site is where they believe the scientific lander is. Do you want to stop there on the way back, or just hightail it back with a quantum tech?
Are we at risk of running out of fuel or energy on our EV suits or anything like that?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay, I think we should take a look.
Yeah.
Here we should.
However, can we, just a question, can we hightail it back with that and then come back?
Yeah, it'll take a little bit more time, but we can certainly do that if you'd like.
Well, I was thinking to go ahead and do that. That way they can be installing the quantum while we take a look.
I like the
Quantum.
Well,
Quantum.
keep in mind it's about 16 hours back.
Let's just go to the science place.
I mean, it's up to you guys ultimately. But,
Let's go check out the
I mean, my concern is that once we do get back, we will have to recharge the tank before making another trip out.
Can we leave the quantum at like a rally point so we don't lose it if we get attacked?
Rally point, we'll leave it in the tank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's go check the science lander.
All right, since that's what you want to do so badly, let's go.
Okay. Okay, as you pull up towards the edge of the facility, you have to actually move up on foot due to some issues with the tree line. You head up towards the edge of the crater, and you see that there is something that seems to be living on this planet after all.
What the fuck?
There's a number of small creatures that are standing near the facility with this large creature that seems to be made out of stone and ice, with a larger, perhaps this is the mother, I don't know, of the smaller organisms that seem somehow to be controlling this large creature. And using it, they're attempting to get into the facility.
Oh, great. We could have been back on the ship.
Well, you can still head back to the ship and let them trash the place.
Well,
What armaments do we have in this tank thing?
On the tank, you have a big old turret.
gauge opponent?
The big thing is horrifying, and what I will tell you is that it apparently has no mind, looks strong as shit, and is castle class, tower class.
Can we determine if our turret will actually do any damage to it?
And you can't determine that, but you can head back to the tank, give them a general location they need to fire at, and shoot away.
Oh, so it's like an artillery.
Yep.
105.
I like this plan.
What do we think,
But I
Sarah?
think we should go for Mama here.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Unfortunately, I don't think anyone has forward observer skill.
No.
Well, you're going to have to kind of wing it then.
Okay, I need a bathroom break. Can we break for 5 minutes?
We'll
Okay.
take 5 and we'll be back.
Okay.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to check something. We should be winding down fairly quick. Since they're using the turret, it should be quick. So, okay, go for it. And I'm going to get some fucking coffee. Screw this.
Oh, Stan, don't you have geokinesis?
Yep.
Well, can't you detect where it is?
Geokinesis is just the manipulation of earth material, right?
Yeah, but you should be able to sense her. Like that's made out of stone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so basically you help us to make sure we're aiming the right direction, and we aim slightly to the left.
I was going to say, wouldn't I be able to tip that stone thing right on top of Mama?
It's behind Mama. Mama's behind it. So that's why you aim slightly to the left.
Might as well take my vitamins, Mama.
We can get the general direction. The problem is the distance that you have to aim to turn it.
Oh, you're just trying to use it as a gauge then, or what?
Yeah. Let's see. How can we help our accuracy of our 80 more?
Oh, coffee. Yay, coffee. Okay, just got a few minutes left of the break then. They're saying, messages. Anyway.
So, Shadow, my geokinesis, does it give me a connection to the earthen material as well? Do you sense anything, or just manipulate it?
It will. You can actually potentially sense things too. This might help with your targeting.
That's what we were just...
Yeah, that's what we were discussing. I was basically saying, pick up where this thing is,
Mhm.
and then aim slightly to the left for aiming from.
Okay.
About 15 feet to the left.
Yeah, but if you're doing artillery, it's going to have like an enfilade effect, right? It's going to have like a big arch, so it's going to drop right over her head anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and it's a fairly safe bet that these things have never seen anything like that before and wouldn't know what the hell is about to hit them.
Yep, they would just think it's funny.
I like the sound of that.
But artillery, you don't have to protect the arc and let it drop right on their head.
Oops. I love when my selector thing selects the entire fucking screen. There we go. Much better. Okay, I think we're still waiting on a couple people. Everybody back?
Yeah,
Yep, sure.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just muted.
I'm here.
Okay. The cannon is... Boom, you back? Good, you're there. Okay.
Yeah, I've been here.
Okay, the cannon fires, and we've got a good roll on it with the help of both the navigation being used in cooperation with Stan's geokinesis. Okay, upon returning back to the site... Hang on 1 second. I'm going to have to make a little note here. Let's see now.
A lot of collateral damage.
Drawing tool here. Freehand. This whole section to here has been blown to smithereens.
Aw, man.
But that means that you don't have to worry about figuring out how to open the doors, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yep.
I want to kill that thing.
For us.
You also see 2 sets of footprints that seem to be leading around the facility towards the back of it.
The other team.
Whatever those creatures were, 2 of them apparently survived and are running like hell.
Okay.
Alright, I'll just keep an eye out for that shit.
Okay.
Let's go.
The tank pilot goes in with you folks, goes through the computers, and does manage to get the codes that are required. She gets both. She gets the. Let's see now. Yep, you got the terraform pod locations and control codes, which were detected by this thing shortly before it impacted. Some parts of the lander are under the ice from the force of the impact, and those parts are going to be unrecoverable. But luckily, there was enough power left for you to get into the information you needed.
Okay. Do we want to search? Can we search the rest of it, see if there's anything else useful?
There's some computer equipment and whatnot that could certainly be salvaged.
Yep.
And folks, it's
But let's take everything. Everything salvageable.
everything must go
down. Yep. This part we didn't know about and never investigated. So.
Okay, after you manage to salvage what you can and bring it back to the tank, you can either head back to base or you can try and follow the footprints or whatever you'd like to do.
Footprints. Let's find out so that way we can kill it if so it doesn't kill other things, which tends to happen.
track them down.
Kill it with fire.
Track it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, because untied ends tend to kill us later.
Well, following the pathway of the 2 remaining creatures, or at least it looks like there's 2. After a little while, it looks like one of them is helping the other one. The footprints of one become erratic after a short period of time, and you can see what looks like one of them being dragged. You follow this further, and it heads in toward where the mountain is. At this point, you may want to consider going back and getting the tank and going around, because it looks like they have quite the lead on you, because they're able to skim across the surface of the snow, and you have to trudge through it.
Do we want to bother with that or just go back to base? I think we go
Let's
back
just
to
go back
base.
to base.
I think we should finish with dealing with those things.
One group on them while we send one group back to the tank. Head them off, cut them off both ways.
It sounds like a plan.
That
Okay.
sounds good to me.
Okay. I'm not going to actually bother with the breakdown on this because this part's fairly
Yeah.
simple. You sit there, you get in the tank. The tank catches up with the rest of the main group. At this point, you're able to all load into the tank. The creatures seem to have made it all the way to the mountain, a good portion of the way to the mountain. Following them to the tank, you come up to a small cave in the mountainside. You can see light streaming through from the other side. It's not that doesn't seem like the cave goes that far.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to get out, go through, check out what's on the other side of the cave?
Yeah, sure.
I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to put on my cloak of unnotice as we go up to the cave.
Um,
As
already
you
visible.
as
So
you
guys,
pierce
let me go ahead because I've got the cloak of unnotice.
as you
Let's do
exit
it.
out the other side of the cave, there is no sign of the creatures, but there is some sign of trees and grass. Apparently, at least one of the terraformers activated. Not too far from this location, you can actually see the location of the terraform pod. This one is active. Now, with the specs that were given to you by the computers in the cabin that you'd got, or rather in the scientific research pod, this probe's configured wrong. The settings are incorrect. But you are able to easily get the pod number.
Hmm?
After heading back to base, you'll be able to decide whether you want to reset the configuration of this pod or just let it run as it is.
Do we leave it in a cave, though, or do we bring it to the surface?
Well, the pod's on the surface.
What's wrong with it?
Well, it's just set to the wrong. It's not set to the right configuration. According to the computers, there's a certain configuration code that each of the probes is supposed to have, and this one is set incorrectly.
We don't know any more than that.
Yeah,
It might be, but it does seem to be working. I mean, there's trees growing here. There's the sign of some grass. It's working.
Are the apricot trees?
it
No.
seems to me. It seems to me to be worth further investigation. But I think we need to get the quantum drive back to the ship.
I agree. Let's go.
Okay,
I agree.
you all pile on board the tank and hightail it the fuck back to your main base. It's a pretty chill drive. There's no signs of additional life forms. You have no idea what the hell those things even were, really. With the bombardment, there weren't exactly corpses left behind to examine. Much like with those vaulted doors that had once been the entry to the pod. Yeah, no sign of what they were left behind. But regardless, once you get back to the main ship, as you pull in and start getting out of the tank, you notice strange sirens and red lights flashing.
Uh-oh, what went wrong?
People are rushing around, and they don't seem very communicative right now. They're more in a panic.
Read surface thoughts.
Oh shit, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die, we're all gonna die.
Get a hold of someone, ask what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on.
I'm going to send a shadow tendril out. I'm going to send all three of them out and gently grab someone and hope someone can calm them down. Does anybody here have any skills that can help calm them down?
I have a suggestion.
That'll work.
The drive's failing.
Okay, can we
fucking
ask
quantum
them,
drive.
is there time to replace the drive? Do we have any time to replace the drive?
I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm not a technician, the guy says, freaking out.
Okay,
I'm a
we need to
colonist.
go in there and,
Yeah, let's just
and
get in.
Can you point us to a scientist?
You know where those three guys from earlier work.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Fast.
Okay, you head down there as quickly as you can. One of the scientists, the one with the funny shirt, is still in there working. He's wearing an overcoat too now, to try and hide the shirt from view, other than in the very front. Oh, you've got it. That's great. We've been trying to patch in the other drive. Come with me. He rushes down with you folks to where that other quantum drive was supposed to be positioned. He manages to get it installed and set up properly. The power returns.
Whew.
He tells you that the other drive controller started failing because there was too much of a load on it. This should ease the load so they can repair the other unit. They do have some
good.
parts that they salvaged for the piece that had been torn off earlier.
Well, that makes me feel better.
Wait, what's putting such a heavy load on it?
There was only one.
Yeah.
There was only one running. We needed two, technically. It was running with too heavy a power load on it.
Right.
Also, there was a leak in the main quantum reactor.
Quantum.
And he kind of says that and looks a little bit irritable and says, unfortunately, the main core has been locked down. This all started a little while after you've all left.
Okay, so how did it get locked down? What do you mean by that?
Well, it's a safety measure. Whenever there's a breach, it gets locked down to try and prevent too much contamination. But the readings that we have, the core's been, well, the chamber where the girls live, it's been flooded with quantum radiation. And they're both trapped in there.
Oh, are they alive?
We have no idea. We can't get any readings. He sighs heavily and he says, as near as I can tell, they're both alive and dead.
Oh, it's a Schrodinger's cell.
Yeah. I don't know what to make of it. We did get one communication from them when it was initially sealing down before the reactor radiation got too strong in there. And it was a really weird message. It was from Lenore, and she said, don't worry, this is supposed to happen. She said it's in the book, whatever that means.
Okay, so...
Can we get the book?
Yeah.
The book.
But does Lenore have the book?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. She has the book.
Yeah, she has the book.
She is the book.
Is there any way we can dissipate that radiation safely?
I think we're just going to have to wait till the seal breaks on its own.
Okay.
It may take weeks.
Is it like a metamorphosis? What?
This might be where she gets her time powers.
That could be.
Oh, it was Lenore and...
Right.
Lenore and White Rabbit were locked.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. So I guess we just have to let that be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at this point, the game will resume after the central core has reopened. And that's y'all did well. I will calculate the experience and see about adding it in after I have the proper numbers figured out here.
Cool. That's great. And I'm getting the hang of it. It's been a while, and we've got a new,
Yeah, and it's a little bit newer, the rolling and this and that, but at least I don't have to make 8 million frickin' macros.
Yeah, and I like it. I mean, I really do like it. It just takes a little adjusting.
Oh, it will. And
Yeah.
on that note, this is the end of the session, and for everyone that has watched, will watch, hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. And
Bye.